I would say that the film that changed my life was a documentary made by Bob Geldof called Geldof on Fathers. Very sadly, about 3 years ago, I found myself pulled into the family courts, fighting for the right to be with my wonderful, at the time, 4-year-old son. And I couldn't believe the way I was treated in the court as a father. It was almost as though I were a criminal, even though I've got no criminal record, and I was my son's primary carer at the time we separated. It seemed to me that every time we went to court, my ex could make a new allegation. It was treated as though it were true, and it meant another 6 months of barely being able to see my son. I was getting hammered at every stage, and I just felt that even my best friends must be wondering what's going on in that courtroom. What are they hearing that we don't know? I was worried that people would think I was an abusive father or an abusive partner of some sort. And then finally it was drawn to my attention on YouTube, this film that Bob Geldof had made about 7 years earlier, and it just echoed that what I was going through was absolutely commonplace for committed, loving fathers, that we are treated like shit and our children are taken away from us for practically no reason. I gave everything I had and fought for 2.5 years. I gave him my wealth, my health, my career, everything, to make sure that I could stay with my son. I finally won out, and what that means is 2.5 years later, with my ex having spent maybe £30,000 in legal fees, our family's both been dragged through the mud, and our son not best cared for this entire period, that finally I could be a great father to my son once again, and we've got one of the best relationships in town. So I would say that that film, and I used to be a documentary filmmaker, I love documentary, but that particular film made me realise that I was not alone as a fight to be a good father. That's the film that changed my life.